My name is Mario. I had a close friend named Michael. We loved each other, but our friendship was not soiled by the rainbow colors. It was a beautiful morning when we were riding our new scooters up and down the dunes of the desert. God was so near, embracing us with His love. This gave always a great joy and confidence in the midst of unending struggles. On that morning, we enjoyed especially our newly found freedom after having escaped a narrow death from the bloodthirsty agents of a new government which ruthlessly persecuted the Christians. Since it was our mission to save the youth from drugs and hell, we had become the devil's enemies number one. When we found an oasis, we disembarked and dived immediately into the refreshing waters of a large pool.
While we were enjoying ourselves, we were not aware of the mysterious car driving on the dunes.
After swimming, we enjoyed a splendid breakfast in the shade of a welcoming palm trees. Everything was so quiet and peaceful until suddenly my friend Michael exclaimed, "Look, Mario, we will get a visitor. There is something coming." I looked into the direction Michael had pointed out. After a minute, a car stopped next to us, with its brakes screaming. Immediately the door opened, and a furious man sprang out. We could hardly believe our eyes. We knew that man too well. Gripped by fear, we froze. Our legs started to shake as cold sweat began to cover our bodies. "At last I got you," the commander screamed. "This time you will not escape." Like a wild bull, our arch-enemy hurled himself on me. I fell on the sandy ground, feeling his heavy body on top of me. I could hardly breathe, staring into the eyes of that bloodthirsty beast. It was a vicious fight. Sometimes he was on top of me, sometimes I. We were rolling in the sand under the brutal sun of the desert. He was stronger, but I was more agile. At last I got him to the ground, his bloodshot eyes gleaming with hatred, but at the same time pleading for mercy, as his pride couldn't stomach to be defeated by a sheer boy. "Kill that snake," Michael shouted. "We will never have peace as long as he is alive." I couldn't answer, for at the same moment one bandit emerged from the bush to the rescue of their master, followed by more muscular gangsters. I rose up facing them. I fought back like a lion. With God's help, I managed to wriggle out of their hands and began to run, followed by the bandits.
Joseph's headed to the port side.
Roger, we're on the...
Then, completely exhausted, I fell to the ground. I couldn't fight any longer. At once my hands were tied behind my back. Then I was dragged along and loaded on a horse. Meanwhile, more bandits came running. Seeing Michael, one of them lowered his gun and shouted, "Hands up! Put your hands behind your back and move." The gangsters were not a little amused when they saw their Benjamin leading Michael away. Meanwhile, the commander had struggled to his feet, cursing. The bandit asked, "What should we do with that boy?" "Hang him high, together with the other one," was the crisp answer of the commander. There was a big tree with an overhanging long branch. A horse was already waiting for me. With my hands bound, I managed to climb up, assisted by a bandit. I looked at the silent sky with beautiful clouds gliding along. A great peace filled my heart. Then I knew it was God who embraced me. I didn't care about what was happening to me. I didn't feel the rope around my neck, nor did I hear the impatient joking of the horse. The only thing that mattered to me was God and His love. Suddenly, something disturbed my pleasant feelings. The executioner gripped the rein of the horse to make it move. At that moment, a young man came running. "Stop it!" he shouted. "Why do you want to kill that young boy? Wait for a word from the commander." Meanwhile, the commander arrived with a big bottle of whiskey in his left hand. He was stone drunk. "What are you doing up there?" he growled. "The execution has been postponed. You will be hanging tomorrow at dawn. I was completely exhausted when I tried to climb down from the horse and fell into the arms of the young friendly man, like gliding in the hands of God.